Hi, I'm Anne from Cards or Die. It's International Day of Literacy today, so what better day than to look at a word game? And the game that we're going to look at today is Lexicon. Mine is an incredibly old copy. It's from like 1933, and it's like a little book. Can't really see on the side there, but it says Lexicon at the top, and then it says by, and then I can't really read that word. Atuzed, it looks like, and then it says Waddingtons at the bottom there. The middle section just pops out, and then you've got your cards and your little rule book there. Okay, I'll just pop those over to one side. I'll just show you the rule book. Rule book's gorgeous. Look, it's been like sewn together, proper old. So these are the rules of Lexicon. And it says, one of the things I love about old rule books is the way that they're worded. So this one says, the new card game of skill, laughter and interest. And it's just really sweet. It's really nicely worded. And it also tells you how to arrange a lexicon drive. Owing to the increasing popularity of lexicon drives, the following suggestions may prove of assistance to hostesses in their organisation. So if once we've reminded you how to play or taught you how to play, you fancy organising a lexicon drive, give me a shout. I'm well up for that. And there we go. At the back it says October 16th, 1933. I don't know if you can really read that. You have to trust me. It's copyright John Waddington Limited, Leeds and London. I have got more modern copies that are used if we're actually going to play it. But I just really like this copy. It's really lovely. So the very first thing that we need to do is we would decide who goes first, and we do that by choosing a card. So it would be the person who had drawn the E, because that obviously comes before W. Okay, so that would decide who went first, and then we would deal 10 cards per person who was playing. So I've pre-dealt them. There's 10 there and 10 there. And then we simply turn over the top card there. Okay, so we've got an M there. It's quite a good little game because you can spread right out and make your words really big, or you can overlap them so it takes up less space, which is nice. Should also mention there's a wild card somewhere. Oh, there it is. Look, that was good. Which is the Lexicon Mastercard, and that's a wild card, so that can count as any letter at all. Okay, so let's have a little look at my hand that I've dealt myself. Not bad. Not bad. So, my choices are, on my turn, it's actually quite hard to hold 10 cards. Quite a lot. My choices are, I can play a word, or I can add to an existing word, which obviously as I'm going first, I can't do that. Or I can swap one of my letters. So if I feel like, you know, perhaps I'm not going to use my Y, I can swap it for this letter here, or I can swap it for this letter here. Okay, and just take a bit of a chance. So let's have a look what we've got. Have we got cruise? I think we might have cruise. So I'm going to play a word. And the object of the game is to get rid of all of your cards. First person to get rid of all their cards scores 0, and everyone else who's left has to add up the value of the cards in their hands. So you can see, kind of opposite of Scrabble, letter E is worth 10, and a Y is only worth 4, B is worth 2. So if the other person gets out and I'm left with these cards, I tot up my score. And what you're doing is you're eliminating players one at a time. So when someone gets to 100 points, they're out of the game. And the last player standing wins the game. So I've played cruise there. So let's see what my opponent's going to play. So they can, like I say, either add... Oh, crikey. That's a corker of a hand, isn't it? They can either just give up, or they can add to this word. So they could add letters at either end or place them in the middle to make a longer word. They can play a new word, or they can, like I say, swap one of the letters for this one or the one on the top there. So I can see that I've got weight. I've also got saw, which would get rid of my W as well, but then have I got a U? No, I haven't got a U, so I'm just going to play weight for now and get rid of those. Okay, and then that would be that person's turn over, and you just, like I say, you just carry on adding to the letters, to the words that are down, creating new words, or drawing letters. So now I'm a little bit stuck. The other thing that I can do is I can swap a letter. So for instance, if I particularly wanted the W, because it meant I could make a word with my other letters, I can swap that there as long as it makes a word. Okay, so the only rule is it still has to make a word. The other thing is, similar to lots of other word games, you're not allowed proper nouns, and it actually suggests that you check any words which are contentious in the Nuttall dictionary, which I'm not familiar with, or any other standard dictionary. A word can be challenged by any player who thinks it is not in the dictionary, or if it's misspelt. But if the challenger proves to be wrong, 10 points are added to the challenger's score. If the challenger proves to be right, 10 points are deducted from the challenger's score. And the player who placed the word on the table takes the cards back and forfeits a turn. Okay, so you can be quite vicious, I think, there, really. And that's Lexicon. So it's a really lovely game, and perfect for International Literacy Day. And like I say, if you're going to plan a Lexicon drive, let me know and I will be there. All right, thanks very much. Bye.